Can you have a look at the thesis written by BlackRock employees on Bitcoin for wholesale investors and decode it for our community's consumption? Brilliant question. So I will drop a link to this later. It's a 42-page paper. It has a lot of complex finance stuff in it, but I'll make it real simple. And in fact, it's worthy of going into a lot of the concepts that are unbaked in it, but baked in it. But this is the paper. Again, 43 pages, papers.ssrn.com/Sol3. It's funny. I don't know what Sol3 means, but literally that is the URL. You'll see it later yourselves. You can't make this stuff up. Could it be stored? Anyway, I always like to find interesting patterns. But anyway, let me just summarize this paper and what makes it so important and so special. So the TLDR, which means too long, don't read. Basically, if you had to summarize it in 5 or 6 words, it would be go at least 3% Bitcoin allocation. Just do it. But really, it talks about how Bitcoin returns are very skewed, meaning that there are lots of big gains to be had, but also a few big losses. But over time, the gains far exceed the losses. And they talk about skewed distribution of return, which basically means investors who like skewed returns, such as those who use what they call the CPT, the cumulative prospect theory, they will want to allocate a significant portion of their Bitcoin or their portfolio to Bitcoin. And they also talk about positive skewness, and that refers to the asymmetric distribution of data points and the asymmetric bet that is Bitcoin. And also, even if Bitcoin is expected to lose money, in the normal regime, as they call it, investors who use the power utility will still want to allocate around at least 3% of their portfolio to Bitcoin. If the probability of the bliss regime happens, that's where Bitcoin gets extremely high returns, you only need to put 1% in. And that is kind of crazy. By the way, the cumulative prospect theory is basically decision-making under uncertainty. And they go into a whole bunch more stuff, but it really has a lot of really interesting finance stuff in it. And if you guys want, I can make a detailed video about all of this, but I tell you, it'll be hardcore. Mr. Hammer, thank you so much, and Glenn out there too, and everybody else, really appreciate you. We have a really good sponsor today. So let me know if that's of interest, but it is heavy duty. I read it twice. A lot of it I had to go back and scratch my head, but literally that's all you need to know. Even, like, literally, you can just put 3% into Bitcoin, you'll be fine. And if you're afraid about 3%, put at least 1% in, and that could save you, considering where things are going. And literally, it will, on average, at least make 100% returns a year. And it's hard, and we haven't seen anything like the money that's about to come. So that's why I always say the future is very bright. You just need to stay healthy, my friends, out there.